So where's an official great place to live? Huh, you probably already figured it out. Let's talk about it next. Hey, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here. You know, your great real estate agent by your side when it comes time to buy a home, sell a home, or even relocate to the Treasure Valley. And if you're thinking about relocating to the Treasure Valley, certainly one of the places on your list to check out is going to be Nampa, Idaho. Absolutely. So today we find out what is really great about Nampa, not just humble real estate agent Dave's opinion, but actually from our friends over at Livability. They have all this scientific expert stuff, all these little points of data that they've put together to figure out what are their top 100 places to live in the United States. And Nampa's on that list, not only for 2025, but 2024 as well. We're like a repeater. It didn't say, but I just wonder if maybe we showed up on their 2023 list too. I wouldn't be surprised. So let's check this out. So Livability, find your place. And yep, there's downtown Nampa. Nampa right here. Nampa, one of the best places to live in 2025. Affordable housing, friendly neighborhoods, and a strong sense of safety contribute to Nampa's reputation as a great place to live, work, and play. Booming economy and small town charm add to the appeal of this Idaho gem. See what they did there? Because Idaho is the gem state. Anyway, moving on. So living in Idaho, and we're just going to touch on some of the highlights here. And then I have a special thing to tell you about at the end where you can get all this information and go through it at a slower pace, at your own pace, and probably get more stuff out of it than what you're going to get from this video. But let's get to it. See, there we are, 2025, 2024, 2023 is supposed to probably be right there, but, you know, formatting and whatever. So why you'll love living in Nampa. It is the heart of the Treasure Valley. And my opinion says these guys are absolutely right. A little over 115,000 people live here. So I know for you people in California, that's nothing. That's like a whistle stop town. But for Idaho, that's pretty decent size. Young professionals flocking to Nampa, but they're going to find safe neighborhoods. Yep. So some other great things is we do have a vibrant downtown filled with local shops and restaurants. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. This part of the story is talking about, you know, I guess we used to call them yuppies, people that are the young professionals, stuff like that. And this is probably what they gravitate towards. But you know what? You don't have to be a yuppie to gravitate towards all the fun stuff going on in downtown Nampa. The median age in Nampa is 34.1. And that's pretty wild. And why is that? Why is it good for an old person like me to be in a vibrant, younger neighborhood? Well, that means this is not going to be a dying out town. There's always going to be stuff going on. These professionals are out there making good money, buying good houses, paying property taxes. And the more people are paying property taxes, the less mine is going to be. I know. I'm so selfish, right? And it's also a great place for younger people to grow their careers. Now, why is that important? Let's say that you are a young yuppie, we'll say, in some other place. This all sounds great to you, but what if you're a parent whose kid is in high school now or just starting college? Do you want them to have the opportunity, if it works out for what they want in life, to be able to stay right here next to you guys because it's such a great place to live and maybe fall in love and raise a family and stuff like that? That's what this is about. They can grow their careers here. They don't have to go someplace else to find career satisfaction. Some of the other great things we have is, well, yeah, we do have a really pretty nice library down there. Couple dozen parks. I didn't know this, but we have a BMX tracks on some of our parks. Wow. Easy commute. And we're going to talk about the exact length of the time on that. Excellent schools, home prices, and rents that are lower than they are in neighboring Boise. Well, that's true. And other Pacific Northwest cities. Yikes. Nampa livability. Look at that. We're almost 700 out of 1,000. Not bad. And I'm sure there's some pretty stiff competition out there too. So let's see, we got some different categories. Where is Nampa? Nampa's about 10 miles to the straight west from Boise. Right on the freeway cuts right through our town. You can fly into the airport and you can be over here in Nampa in, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. It's a pretty quick drive. Local weather and climate. Well, we do have mild climate here, low rainfall and snowfall, thanks to we are a high desert. Another great thing about being a high desert is that in the summer, we have very low humidity. Summers are hot and dry, low humidity. Maybe that doesn't mean anything to you because you lived in California all your life and you don't know anything different. You go to Arkansas for an August afternoon, you will learn what humidity is all about. Average temperature is 65 high, 38 low. I guess that's for the entire year. In the summertime, you're going to have, they say technically we have 2 weeks above 100 for afternoon highs. I'm going to say some years are a little bit more than 2 weeks, but maybe on average, that's what it works out. You know, those experts, they crunch those numbers. They know what they're doing. And then the lows, again, that's probably the whole year. But in the winter time, you're going to have your average lows during the night is going to be, it could be in the 10s, teens, something like that. 20s is probably about normal most of the time. Your afternoon highs in the wintertime are going to be in the 20s, in the 30s. The thing is, we get a lot of sunshine. So even if it's, say, 25 degrees out and you go out there, the solar thaws, taking care of the snow on the driveway and the inside of your car that you parked outside because you got too much junk in the garage, it's starting to warm up really nice. So annual rainfall, 11 inches. Remember, we are a high desert, but we do get some rainfall, particularly in the spring and then maybe later in the fall and winter. Well, in the winter, when it does finally get cold enough, we get an average of 9 inches of snow. That's not at one time. That's not your Coeur d'Alene. That's not your Lake Tahoe type stuff. This is spread out over the whole season. So we only get a few inches at a time. The economy and jobs. So we were just talking about having a great place for your kids to have careers. So all some of the things that they might be involved with could be healthcare, manufacturing, food processing, technology, and agriculture. And also, I'm going to say, because of our very great location here, we have the freeway going right through Nampa, and we are, maybe a little cheaper than the Boise area. We have a good amount of, say, warehouses. So, I used to be a truck driver, right? And I would pick up and deliver places right here in Nampa and then take them over to Seattle or Portland or who knows where. The cost of living in Nampa. Now, this is pretty important. Pay attention here. It's slightly higher than the national average. I mean, you do get what you pay for, right? If you want a great quality of life and low humidity and a great place for your kids to grow up and a great place for your kids' future to develop here and just so much stuff to do, as we're going to talk about here in a minute, slightly higher is not that bad of a deal. Medium home value in Nampa is 393, 394, we'll just round up. National average is probably about 405, 410, something like that. So housing, we're a little bit lower on the national average. That's Nampa. If you go on Zillow or something, you see Boise. Boise's running about 120,000 more on average for housing over there. So you can come over here to Nampa and your dollar's going to go a whole lot farther. Your average household income here in Nampa is over $91,000. So you get the house, $393. We get your income for the household is $91,000. I think that starts to make some sense. Do we have healthcare here? Yes, we have a couple big providers, and we also have several small providers. So whatever your health need is, we've probably got it covered here. Quick facts about Nampa, Idaho. Average commute, here it is, 23 minutes. We just talked about the median household income and the home value, population. So here's something we didn't talk about. Median property tax, and that is just about right, according to my experience, especially once you calculate in your homeowner's exemption. So if you're the homeowner living in the house, then you get a big chunk of your property tax calculation whacked out of there. So what you end up paying is quite a bit less. And this is pretty wild too. The median monthly rent is $1,000. Now that's not necessarily houses. That probably includes, well, I'm quite certain that includes apartments. Your typical house, get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 1,600 square foot. It's going to run you between like $1,800 to $2,200. Over in this part of the Treasure Valley, it's going to be a little bit more the closer you get to Boise, of course. Things to do in Nampa. Oh my gosh, this is the fun part. Downtown Nampa is a hub of activity and fun. Unique restaurants, public art, performances, breweries. Let's just get down here to it. The Ford Idaho Horse Park. That's where they have the Snake River Stampede Rodeo. It's a pretty big thing out here in the West, right? We have the Nampa Festival of Arts and theater productions and so much more, to include the Nampa Farmers Market every Saturday morning, the Warhawk Air Museum, which is a fantastic place to go check out, the train depot. It's down there in the old town of Nampa. Great history, great volunteers down there, and they got tons of fantastic stories. Historic Museum, concerts, the Hispanic Cultural Center that has celebrates Hispanic heritage. Is there stuff free to do in Nampa? Why, yes, there is. They're talking about this great pool that we have here, but we have other parks. We have the Wildlife Refuge out on the side of town by Lake Lowell. Some other things to do in Nampa with the kids. We have a brand new sports park. Actually got tons of parks all over the place. Splash pads, Rose Garden, that would be over at Lakeview. And disc golf, amphitheater. Wow. Where do the locals shop in Nampa? Well, that's true. Nampa's Farmers Market. I went down there last Saturday, and I'm a local. And we are Idaho, which is how you spell outdoor living, right? So outdoor activities here in the Nampa areas. We got 27 parks and over 14 miles of pedestrian walkway. Those greenbelt paths, those are fantastic. We have a couple of dog parks. I guess the new one's open by now. Wilson Spring, that's just a great place to go and just like decompress. You have the little walking areas. You got the ducks. Maybe you want to throw your hook in the water and see if you can catch a fish. Just go and hang out. It's fantastic. Lake Lowell, of course, was it 27 square miles of lake, and they got beaches and rocky pebble beaches and boat launches and that wildlife place we were talking about and hiking trails. Yeah, you could spend all day there. What else do we have? Golf courses. We've got just tons of them all over the place. And the Nampa Rec Center, which does have activities like indoor swimming and climbing. And they also have where, like if you're seniors and you need to have those water aerobic stuff, they got that there too. Restaurants, breweries, and bars. Now, they have a whole list of ones on here, but I'm only highlighting the ones that I've actually been to and can attest to. And one of those is Brick 29. And, you know, the nice thing about that, it looks hoity-toity, but the price is very reasonable. So you could go in there and maybe it's date night or something, and you could act like you spent a bunch without having to be too hard on the wallet. The Tower Grill is great. That's right there at the tower at the Nampa Airport. You can watch planes come in, you know, little planes come in and out. Listen to all the stories going on there in the grill, and because the pilots are up there eating their breakfast, and so that's pretty nice. And then Honker's Cafe, which is over in downtown, and you know they're pretty good. They've been here for like ever, and that's where I met Vivian. Shout out to Vivian. And their cinnamon rolls are pretty nice too, but don't put it off too late because they might all be gone. Moving on down, let's see, we got various different places for breweries and distilleries and locally made beers. Coffee can be found over at the Flying M Coffee Garage. Now, they do have some pretty decent, cinnamon rolls and different treats like that. Their coffee is really good. I do want to let you know, they are ultra liberal, but they are very, very nice. And they have like I say, some great coffee and some great cinnamon rolls. So maybe you give them a try. See what you think. It's one of the best places to eat in Nampa. Holy Cow. You know, Holy Cow is okay. I should have highlighted that because I have been there. But I like going right next door to Messenger's Pizza. I know. I got pizza juice running through my veins. Best coffee shop. They said Flying M. Yeah, they do have some pretty good coffee. There's no doubt about that. Happy hour. I don't know. I'm happy all the time. I just can't constrain myself to 1 hour. Educational opportunities. Obviously, we have some great public schools here, but we also got a ton of charter schools, private schools, church schools, and Homeschooling is a big deal here in Idaho as well. And then when the kids get a little bit older, colleges, universities, 2-year colleges, whatever, we have them. If we don't have the campus here in Nampa, which we do have several, we have like BSU, which is just 10 miles across the valley over in Boise. And then here's this great magazine that I was telling you about that covers all of this and more to find out just how spectacular Idaho is. I'm going to put the link to that down in the description below, and you can check it out yourself. I'm also going to put a link on my website in case you're on the big screen TV right now and you can't get down to the description. Just go to www.treasurevalleydave.com and then look for my recent blog on talking about just how great Nampa is, and you're going to find this magazine right there. So Nampa really is pretty special, wouldn't you say? If you haven't been here yet, you don't have to take my word for it. Go ahead and make your fact-finding trip, get it booked, come on up here, stay a while, get an Airbnb, stay in one of our nice motels, and just spend a few days getting to know what I already know about Nampa. It's a great place to be. And when you are coming up here, let us know. Let Maureen know. We'll go ahead and get you on the schedule. We want to meet you, have some coffee, grab some lunch, whatever, answer all your questions, give you some ideas. If you're interested in looking at a couple houses, we'd be glad to show those to you as well. We're pretty laid back. We just want you to have all the information that you need to make the best possible decision for you, for your family, for your future. So if you want to know more about what it's like to live here in Nampa, go ahead and check out this other video that I've done, and I think you're going to like it. And we will see you on the next video.